everybody is looking up to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, but the gap is still big, and the biggest problem is in East and Southern Africa. The reason for this, there are so many things, and I think that's where a lot of emphasis has to be put if we are to achieve both water and sanitation targets. One of the issues you'll find, especially in East and Southern Africa, is the issue of inadequate financing to finance the infrastructure needs to meet those targets. And the financing challenges, you can also break it down further, and you say it is the way we manage the water companies. There's not much emphasis on financial sustainability. The revenues are low, expenditures are high, inefficiencies are very high, and the general mindset of managers of these utilities that somebody else must provide them funding is also comes in to accelerate the problem. So I think what is key is, especially the East and Southern Africa utility managers, they need to focus on improving their financial independence. I agree you cannot achieve it 100%, but you need to move towards that. And in order for you to move towards that, you have to focus on about three things. First of all, you have tried to maximize your revenues. You bid as much as you can, meaning that the water losses must be very low so that almost all the water you are producing is converted into revenues. And when you have billed, you must collect, meaning that your collection ratio should be 98 to 100%. So whatever you bill, you make sure it is collected. Now, the tariff you are charging must also be fit for purpose. Fit for purpose meaning that the people must be able to afford it. Most of my colleagues have override on donors the trend of building your facilities, neglecting them, and then going back to them to help you with money to rebuild them is what has been prevailing. Because what happens, they give you money, yes, but you don't have money to maintain the facilities. The facilities break down, yes, then you go back to them to give you money to rebuild them. That is not sustainable. By the way, even if we achieved Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, using these other unsustainable financial resources, things will still go down. Things will still go down. We need to achieve, or at least move towards achieving these Sustainable Development Goals using means which are sustainable. Namely, we need to taper out with time donor money and replace it with our own internally generated resources. I am a living testimony that IHE trains very, very well. They don't only look at knowledge acquisition as such, they also look at skills. There's a good environment to also develop your attitudinal competencies. I'm a living testimony that IHE is producing good leaders. I think the whole issue of leadership development and management in the water sector has been emphasized. And I think this is a good trend that has happened, because you cannot develop the water and sanitation sector in a holistic way if you are just concentrating on technical aspects. You also need the management and leadership development. And that was my area here.